Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany and today we are doing a full body flexibility. I'm going to have a strap handy for this one. If you do not have a strap, you can use a towel or a dog leash, literally anything. So don't let this scare you. We'll be using this towards the end just for some additional support. So whenever you're ready, I'll meet you on your mat. Today we're going to start in a tabletop position. So go ahead and untuck the toes, check with your alignment. And then on the inhale, we're going to make a cow back. So you can tuck the toes again if you'd like. Breathe in. Exhale, cat back, round through the spine, run through the shoulders, drop the head. One more time for a cow back. Drop the belly, breathe in, tuck the toes, maybe lift the chin. And cat back, exhale. This time we're going to add a little bit of movement. Come back to that cow back, breathe in, and then start to sink your hips back, almost like you're going into a child's pose, but we'll only tap. And then on the exhale, round it forward to cat back. Again, inhale, cow back, sit back. Exhale, cat back, tabletop. Last one, drop the belly, breathe in. And exhale, bring it forward. Whew. If you just heard my knee crack, you're welcome. All right, begin to tuck the toes. We'll find our first down dog. So pedal this one out if you'd like. Slowly shifting weight from left to right. A lot of times in my yoga class, I see a lot of this. I really want you to take your time with each leg, checking in to see how both of them feel. Good. And then we're going to take our feet a little bit closer, so about halfway up the mat. So we're in this really short down dog, and then take your feet wider. So we're in a short, wide down dog. And I want you to come to the finger pads of your hands. On the inhale, fill up the chest. And on the exhale, take the right hand to the outside of the left ankle and start to pull your body underneath that left armpit. Sorry, I'm losing my microphone here. There we go. All right, so we're in a twisted down dog. Breathe in. Breathe out, twist a little deeper. Spiral your chest towards the ceiling and unwind. Take it to the other side. Right finger pads come to the mat. Breathe in to puff up almost like a cat back. On the exhale, left hand comes to the outside of the right ankle. Pull the body through. Spiral your chest towards the ceiling. And with each exhale, just get a little bit deeper into the twist. And slowly start to unwind. Walk your feet the rest of the way to the top of the mat. And we'll hang in a ragdoll. So in our ragdoll, our head is hanging very heavy. Grab opposite elbows. Take a bend in the knees here if you need to, just to get your belly a little bit closer to your thighs. Really release the tension in the back of the neck. The longer you're here, if you want to play around with extending through the legs, you can. Just be gentle with yourself, especially if this is the first time getting into the legs today. All right, release both of your hands to the mat. Start to bend into the right knee. So bring your right side body or your right belly to the right thigh. Extend into the left leg. Right hand comes to the mat. Left leg or left arm reach as high as you pull that left shoulder back to stack your shoulders here. Maybe you take your gaze up. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling this really in the outer left hip. And switch it out. So straighten into both legs. Deep bend in the left knee. Straighten into the right, and then sweep that right arm high. Pull that right shoulder back. See if you can't twist a little deeper. Exhale. And slowly release the right hand. Interlace your hands behind your calf so you can grab opposite elbows here. And now see if you can't start to extend into those legs a little bit more. Just pulse in and out. Let head and neck hang heavy. Belly getting closer to the thighs. Last one. All right, release your grip. Slowly roll up your spine. Head and neck come up last. And when you get to the top, just get any wiggles out. I feel like I have a lot of extra movements that I'm making today. So just see what you need to do to get it out of your head, into your body. Just shake it all out. All right, inhale, arms up high. Reach up out of the side body. And exhale, forward fold, lead with your chest. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. One more time, half lift. Reach forward at the crown of your head, shoulders and elbows back. Exhale, plant the hands, left foot back. So we're in a runner's lunge here. I'm just inching my right foot a little bit further forward so that my knee and my ankle are either in line or my ankle is slightly in front of my right knee. All right, drop the left knee, untuck the toes. There we go. Get nice and deep into this lunge. See if you can't nudge those left toes back a little further and wrap that right hip crease back even further. So this is going to activate through the legs. And then on the exhale, half split. Draw your toes towards your nose. Breathe in. Deep lunge. Lift the chest, maybe lift the chin. Exhale, half split. Keep the hips lifted. One more time. Deep lunge. Let that left hip be heavy. Create some space in the neck here. Lift the chin. Exhale, half split. Inhale, half lift with the upper body. Exhale, reach the chest towards the thigh, the knees, the toes. Pull that right hip crease back even further. Find an inhale and a half lift, and then walk the hands over to the right. Now fold. Still pulling that right hip crease back. When we're in this half split position, that right hip tries to sneak forward, so keep actively pulling it back. And then walk the hands back to frame that right foot. Tuck the left toes, pick up the left knee. Gather your balance, come to the finger pads. Breathe in. Exhale. Inhale, arms up, crescent lunge. On the next inhale, we're going to drop the elbows back, lift through the chest. See if you can extend in the front body. Lift the heart, maybe even lift the gaze. And on the exhale, extend through the arms, straighten the front leg. Modified pyramid pose. This can be a challenge for your balance, so take it slow. Stay lifted onto the left foot, and then slowly release your hands to the mat. All right, adjust where you need to adjust. We're in a pyramid pose. So our feet are on two tracks here. If they were in one line, it'd be really difficult to balance. So let them be on two separate tracks. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. One more time, half lift. Get your chest right above your right toes. Exhale, fold. Pull that right hip crease back. Start to bend into that right knee. And then we're going to walk our hands to the long edge of the mat. Turn all your toes to face the same direction. Start to walk the feet in a little bit wider than hips width distance. Toes out, heels in. Drop your hips. Malasana squat, yogi squat here. If you have a block or a pillow that you want to sit on, you can incorporate that into your practice. We're lifting the chest. Inhale finds a lift. Especially if you're sitting in your flexibility here, find a lift first, engage, and then drop your hips. Start to bring your hands to the mat and walk the hands forward. Take like a cat back here. Find whatever movement feels good. So if you want to sway side to side, if you just want to hang heavy right here in the middle, breathe. Stay for the exhale. Slowly start to walk the hands back on the inhale. Gather your hands at heart center. Use your elbows to press the knees away. Lift the chest. Get your hips under you. Let it go. Start to drop your hands. Lift the hips, and then we'll come back to that lunge position, how we were, okay? So right foot in between the hands. I always have to wiggle my foot, so don't feel bad if you have to adjust constantly. And then step that right foot back to meet the left. Inhale, shifts the body forward. Exhale, lead with the hips, down dog. We're going to take some spinal rolls. Inhale, roll it forward to a cat back high plank. Tuck the chin, bend into the knees, lead with your hips. Wave it back to down dog. Let's do that again and take it slow. Inhale, roll it forward, cat back, high plank, belly in. Exhale, micro bend in the knees. Ooh, take the hips up and back. This time we're gonna roll it forward to a high plank. Keep the hands and feet where they are and drop the hips to a hover dog. So we're keeping our hips lifted, charging through the kneecaps. So really strong legs. Get the shoulders away from the ears. Reach up with the crown of the head. This can be a lot, so widen your feet if you need to. Breathe in, and then let the knees come down. Untuck the toes. Whew. Roll side to side. So drop one hip, and then drop the other. Take it slow. We'll slowly start to, I'm going to inch my legs back just to get myself recentered on my mat. Come all the way to your belly. Take your hands right underneath the shoulders and untuck the toes. We're going to do 2 rounds of this, so I'll give you 2 options. You can take it both at once, or you can take one leg at a time. So if you're taking one leg at a time, start to kick your right heel into your glute and then reach your arm back to grab the outside of that right foot. So when I say we can take it one at a time, we're going to lift and it's going to look like this. If you want to take 2 rounds with both legs, go ahead and do the same with the left. And this will also can be useful with your strap. If your leg is not easily reached, go ahead and grab your strap and do whatever you need to do to modify this for yourself. All right, breathe in, exhale, and then on the inhale, we're gonna lift and kick. So really kick, stretch the wrist, and try to shift the weight back into that pubic bone, as if someone was coming behind you and pulling your shoulders back. One more inhale, and slowly release. You can stack your hands under your chin here and just let your legs windshield wipers side to side. We're going to take round 2. So again, if you need to use your strap, go ahead and start using that. Breathe in. And then we'll begin to set back up. So if you did the right side, do the left side this time. If you did both sides, let's do both again. Reach around and grab the outside of the feet. Take an inhale and an exhale to set up. Let it go. And then on the inhale, kick, 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 and rock your weight backwards. Easier said than done. One more inhale. And slowly release. Release the feet. Place the hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes. And then lead with your hips. Down dog. Good work. Breathe in. Breathe out. Walk or hop to the top of your mat. And then inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale comes all the way up. Exhale, fold. Breathe in, half lift. Exhale, plants the hands, right foot back. We're in that runner's lunge. I'm inching my foot forward once again. Don't be afraid to modify and adjust. If you're still doing that before I move on, just go with what you need. Start to drop the right knee, untuck the toes, let that right hip get heavy towards the mat. Breathe in, lift the chin, lift the chest, and then shift it back, half split, walk the hands back. Inhale it forward, low lunge. Get into those hips. Exhale it back, half split. Inhale comes forward. Exhale, shift it back. Last time, bring it forward, get right into those hips. Exhale, shift it back. Inhale finds a half lift, and then walk your hands off to the left. Now reach with your chest towards that left thigh. Pull that left hip crease back. Pull the toes back. You can even sway the foot side to side. See how that changes your stretch? Good. Breathe in. On the exhale, walk the hands to frame that left foot. Get back into that low lunge. Tuck the toes. Pick up the right knee. Strong in the legs. And then inhale, crescent lunge. Deep lunge. Take up space on your mat. Breathe in. Bring the elbows back behind you. And then on the exhale, start to straighten into this left leg, extend through the arms, reach with your chest forward. We're on the ball of the right foot. Let the hands come down whenever you need. And if you need a little bit more stability, take them wider. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Draw that left hip point back. One more half lift. Bring your chest over those left toes. Exhale, fold. Let that feel good. And then I'm going to turn around so I'm facing you. But all you're going to do is walk your hands again to the long edge of the mat. I'm going to flip around here so you can see me. We're going to be in a wide-legged stance here. So take your hands to your hips. Lift your chest. Come to standing. And then pivot the toes out, heels in. Keep your hands on your hips. See if you can't sink a little deeper. And you can kind of sway side to side just for a minute. A goddess squat. Adjust where you need to adjust. Whew. And then slowly start to extend in the legs. Arms out to a T. Turn your toes in, heels out. And then reach with your chest into a forward fold. When you've gotten as far as you're going to go, then let your hands come to the mat or to the outside of your ankles. Start rolling your weight to the balls of the feet. Widen the sit bones. Lift those hips a little higher. Head and neck hang heavy. Whatever arm variation helps to get you a little bit deeper into that stretch, into the back of the legs, you can do so. Exhale. Inhale finds a half lift, and then we're going to walk our hands. You're going to go left, so you're back to framing this left foot. So you'll be back in that low lunge. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Inhale shifts the body forward. Exhale, lead with the hips. Down dog. Start to bring your knees to a hover. Breathe in. On the exhale, let the knees come down at the same time. Walk your hands up, and we're just going to be standing on our knees. We're coming into a camel pose. So I'm going to offer you a couple different variations of this pose. But I'm going to start with my toes tucked. And then just because you don't want to whip right back into it, I'm taking my hands to my low back and my fingers are pointing down. If you want yours pointing up, that's yogi's choice. Start to draw your elbows together behind your back and just push the hips forward. Breathe in. And on the exhale, if you want to go ahead and reach around for that left ankle, followed by the right. Keep pressing the hips forward. Only you know how this feels in your body, so you can continue to go further by dropping your gaze or even untucking the toes. If you've had enough, slowly come out and make your way to a seat. Press the hips forward. And on the exhale, just as slow as you came into it, come out. And then sit the hips between the heels, hands in the lap. Give yourself a second to have your head back up. And then on the next exhale, we'll make our way to a tabletop. No, we won't. We're going to make our way to our belly. All right, there we go. So take your arms out to a T. You can untuck the toes here. And then use your left hand to roll your body over this right arm and step this left foot behind the right leg. I'm going to come to a rest on my right temple so I don't smash my headphone. But find some rest on your right cheek or your right ear. This left hand can stay right here. It can come overhead, or it can even go behind your back. Yogi's choice, usually right beside the face, just kind of helps with the balance. And then slowly bring it back to center. And we'll take it to the other side. Extend the left arm out to a T. Use your right hand to roll your body over that left leg, left arm. And then the right foot steps behind the left leg. There we go. Another variation of this is to reach back. Yeah, there we go. And grab those fingertips. This can be a lot. It's kind of a lot for me, so just listen to your body. One more inhale. Roll it through center. And then in no fancy way, we're going to make our way to our back. And if you have your strap, now is the perfect time to grab it. Again, if you don't have a strap, use like a dish towel or a dog leash. There's multiple ways you can strap a strap around your foot. I'm going to actually harness my foot in this, so you do whatever, you do you, all right? Make your way to your back and then extend through the back of the neck so we're not letting our chin shoot towards the ceiling. Keep it tucked a little bit, and then start to extend into the left leg and have that strap around the right foot, right around the middle of the right foot. I'm going to start just by pulling this right knee in, and I can use my hands for that. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then start to kick into that right heel. And as you kick and extend that right heel towards the ceiling, flex the right toes towards your nose, and then just grab wherever gives you a good stretch to bring that right foot toward your face. I'm not super flexible in my legs, so every time I stretch my legs, it's like a brand new sensation for some reason. So really draw it in. If you don't have a strap, you can always use your hands. Like, just wanted to offer some variations, especially the less accessible this is for you, the more props are going to become useful. Keep extending through that right leg. And then we're going to let it let it fall over to the right any amount. I've got a wall here in my way, so I'm just going to let it rest, but you guys get the deal. Again, take your hands to wherever feels accessible on that strap. Whatever gives you a good stretch without pain works for me. One more inhale, right like this. And then we're going to use this strap still and take this right leg all the way across to the left. If any of these stretches feel particularly good that you'd like to stay a little bit longer, feel free to pause me at any time. Start to bend into that right knee. Bring it back to center. Unhook your foot, and we'll take the strap to the other side. All right. So extend into the right leg, re-extend in the back of the neck because mine started to crunch up on me. Squeeze that left knee in tight. And then on the exhale, extend in that left leg, pressing down with the right calf to keep engagement in that right leg as you pull those left toes towards your nose. One more round of breath here. And then slowly start letting that left leg open up to the left side. Adjust your strap however you need to. I'm getting a little cramped. There we go. If this is a lot, you can always have a micro bend in that left knee. It'll help you kind of open up that hip a little more. Once you get to somewhere that I'm guiding you, if it doesn't feel right in your body, do something else. Find something that does feel right. There are no rules other than to have fun and not hurt yourself, really. Slowly start to guide this left leg all the way across to the right. Once again, I've got a wall in my way, so it's just going to rest. Actually, here we go. Always send breath to those areas that just feel extra tight, which for me is always my legs. Always. All right, slowly start to bring that left knee into your chest and unhook it. And then we'll bring both knees into your chest. Whew. All right, one last back bend for your practice, and then we will finish up. So plant your feet a little bit wider than hips width distance. I'm going to shimmy down so I'm not off my mat. And then take your hands down to the sides and see if you can't graze your heels. I don't want you to be able to grab your feet. So if you can, scoot them forward a little bit more. And then you have the option to take bridge or wheel. I'm going to demonstrate wheel. A bridge is just when you lift your hips and you actively pretend like you have something in between the thighs and you're holding it there so it doesn't fall, okay? So whenever I instruct you to lift, you have your choice. You're going to take your hands. Traditionally, they're going to come underneath the shoulders. If you're a little bit tighter in the shoulders, they can come a little bit further than that and even a little bit wider, okay? Breathe in to set up. Exhale. On the inhale, we're just going to kind of roll it back, find a lift to the crown of the head. Pretend like you got something in between the thighs. And then whenever, if ever, you're ready, extend through the arms and push through the feet and the arms really, really strong. My wheel is a little bit newer to my practice, so it's not picture perfect, but it's starting to feel good, and that's a win in my book. Really strong through the arms. Maybe eventually one day we'll extend in the legs. 2 more breaths. 1 more yogi breath. And then we'll make our way back slowly to the crown of the head. And then lower the hips. Whew, and come on out. Now, again, years of tumbling, years of yoga, and a wheel is still very hard, difficult sometimes. So just listen to your body, especially if you're not used to going upside down. You just have to give yourself a little bit of grace, no judgment, and practice non-attachment. So that means not being attached to any sort of outcome. Take whatever counter pose. I've just been laying here rocking because it feels good. Take whatever counter pose feels good to you. It can be this. You can windshield wiper your legs side to side. You can even take a happy baby. And then when you're ready, we'll come up to a seat. I'm going to come to the center of my mat and face you. As always, it was my pleasure to practice with you today. I hope you come back for more. Leave a comment or like it and let me know what you think. And subscribe, please. Namaste.